Hi guys, how are you doing today? Welcome back to Random Lifestyle Vlog. So as you can see in today's video, I'm going to show you my entire fragrance collection. There are almost 300 bottles in here, and this was actually a highly requested video. So there you go. Today we're going to look through all of that. I'm actually switching my winter fragrances to the spring ones. I'm going to put away all the heavy scents and take out some like nice florals. So yeah, that's what we're going to do today. I'm going to show you all of these up close, tell you a little bit about them. So without further ado, let's jump in. So we're going to start here with these Valentino cubes. These are Valentino Donna Born in Roma flankers. This one over here is the newest version. This is the extra dose. This is the intense one. These two fragrances are quite intense, quite similar to each other and quite similar to the original fragrance, very strong on jasmine and vanilla. And then these three are actually quite different. This one here is Green Stravaganza. It's like a floral green fragrance with some tea notes in here. It's a very pleasant one, but quite different compared to the other scents. And as for these two fragrances, I have no idea what the names of these flankers are. At this point, I was trying to figure this out, maybe try this information at the bottom here, but even though my eyesight is pretty good, I couldn't really read what it says here. So this one over here is a very beautiful rose floral fragrance, probably one of my favorite Valentino scents. And to balance it out, this one is probably one of my least favorite. It's a very fruity fragrance. There is something sour about it, like grapefruit or rhubarb in here, and I'm not a massive fan of these notes. So yeah, this one is probably my least favorite out of this whole collection. Next up, we have some Chloe fragrances. I have 5 of these. 4 Nomad scents, and I think this is the original Chloe Eau de Parfum. I got this one in one of the beauty boxes. It's a very floral fragrance. I'm personally not a massive fan. I mean, it's okay. I'm going to keep it. I am going to keep pretty much all of these fragrances. I don't really plan on decluttering. Whenever I get rid of any fragrances, I just find myself regretting that few months later or something, so I'm not going to do that. As you can see, I have 4 of these Chloe Nomad fragrances. These are the original 2, the Eau de Parfum, Eau de Toilette. These are beautiful Chypre scents. Then we have this very sweet, gourmand, a little bit oriental fragrance, Jasmine Naturelle. This one has a really strong note of dates, so that's a very sweet fragrance. And this is Nuit d'Egypte. This one is really beautiful, very kind of like a sexy, sensual fragrance. Love it. Okay, next up, Elie Saab. I have 5 fragrances here. First up, Le Parfum Lumière. Very beautiful, very summery fragrance with some yellow florals. Love it. Le Parfum Bridal. This could potentially be one of my favorite fragrances from this brand. It's a really beautiful, but powdery fragrance. I think it has some iris in it. It's stunning. Next up, we have Elixir. It's another stunning one. I think these 2 are my favorite fragrances from this range. And then we have Elixir Love, and unfortunately, I do not love this one. This is a very vintage, quite mature scent. There's some Chypre notes in here, there's some rose, there is a little bit of cherry, but not enough for me. So it's an okay fragrance, but nowhere near as good as the other Elie Saab fragrances I've just mentioned. It's not my least favorite fragrance though. My least favorite one currently is going to be this one here, and this is Girl of Now. It might be a bit surprising to you because this one seems to be everyone's favorite, and as you can see, I used up quite a lot of it. So yeah, I actually used to love it, but I just don't know. There is just something about this fragrance that I find a bit annoying at this point. It's a really nice pistachio, almond, orange blossom scent. So not really too sure what happened and why I don't seem to like it anymore as much as I used to. But yeah, that's pretty much what's happened here. Next up, Chanel. As you can see, I only have 3 fragrances here. Allure, Mademoiselle, and Chance au Tendre. And these 3 fragrances are very sentimental to me. I used to wear all of them back in my 20s, so I kind of felt like I had to repurchase all of these. I still like them. This one is a little bit more powdery. These 2 are really beautifully made Chypre floral fragrances. They're all stunning, and even though I don't use these fragrances all the time, I'm really glad to have them in my collection. Next up, we have some Shay and Blue. This is Dark Amber Pomegranate. I like it, but these 2 are my favorites. This is Blackberry Woods and Atropa Belladonna. Atropa Belladonna is this very kind of like a clean daytime jasmine scent, and then Blackberry Woods, pretty easy to guess, a beautiful woodsy fruity fragrance. It's just mouth-watering. Next one we have some Rituals. This is Eau de Tour, and I think this is a masculine fragrance actually, but I tried it at some point, I really liked it, I decided I needed to buy it, so here we go. We're moving on to the Burberry section. I have two of the Goddess fragrances. The original one is this Vanilla Overdose scent. It's just literally pure vanilla, and then the intense version that was released last year, this is vanilla but mixed with lavender and patchouli, so not everyone's favorite. It might lean a little bit masculine, it might be a little bit medicinal, but I actually quite like it because it's quite unique. Next up we have Burberry Hair. Here we have the original Burberry Hair. Everyone seems to love this fragrance, everyone seems to think this is literally the Baccarat Rouge dupe. I don't really see much similarity, to be honest. This is a strawberry scent to me. There might be some like bits of Baccarat Rouge here, but I wouldn't even say that these are similar. Yeah, I don't love it. It's too much strawberry for me, and I'm usually not a massive fan of strawberry in fragrances. What I love in my fragrances though is wild strawberry, and this is what we have in this new Burberry Hair. This is the new intense one, and it's just beautiful. It's a really beautiful fruity fragrance. I love white strawberry. It reminds me of my childhood, and I also think it smells so much more kind of like refined compared to regular strawberry. Okay, so we're finishing the first row with some Dolce & Gabbana. I always say I'm not a massive fan of Dolce & Gabbana, and I don't own that many fragrances, but it turns out I actually own 6 of them, so I'm a bit surprised with that, but that's fine. So this is the Devotion and the Devotion Intense. These are unbelievably good. They are both built around candied lemon and vanilla, but this one over here, the intense one, also has a bit of woodsiness to it. So yeah, they're both stunning. This one is a little bit sexier maybe. This one is a little bit more uplifting, daytime suitable. They're both so beautiful. Next up we have Dolce & Gabbana, the only one, the original, the only one 2, and then the only one intense. This one is a really beautiful caramel based fragrance, but not too heavy, so I think this makes it a really good all year rounder. The only one too is a little bit gourmand but with some floral notes as well, so I really like it, especially for spring. And then we have the only one intense, which again seems to be almost everyone's favorite. This one has coconut on it, but unfortunately my nose does not really pick up much of this coconut. To me this fragrance is quite sharp, and I can only use it in winter. In summer it just becomes a little bit too sharp for me. And then last but not least we have this massive bottle of L'Emporté, and this fragrance, I don't really know what to think about it. It's a really nice, juicy, refreshing, fruity fragrance. It does have something I don't like. I think it's rhubarb. So I don't really use it, but I'm going to give it another chance this spring. Like, my taste in fragrances changes from year to year, and sometimes I go back to fragrances I used to love. Sometimes I just cannot stand something I absolutely adored the previous year. So I'm just going to leave it on my spring tray for now, and see. Maybe this year I'll use it a little bit more. Okay, we're moving on with some Marc Jacobs. Decadence, I love it. This is such a good fragrance. It has plum and some green notes, and I know some people say it smells like pickle juice. I don't get it. Love it. You can't really make me hate this fragrance by like any type of like weird comparisons. So yeah, I'm really happy with that, and this is definitely, once I just run out of it, I'll probably buy another bottle. Next up we have two perfect flankers. This is Perfect Intense, this is Perfect Elixir. The intense one is a stunning summer fragrance with some yellow florals. It's just so beautiful. And then this elixir is like a winter version of this scent. It has some cozier notes in here. There is some honey in it. They're both really beautiful. They do share some similarities, but as I said, this one is a summer, this one is a winter version. Next up we have some Byredo. We have Mojave Ghost and Gypsy Water. Byredo creates fragrances that seem to be quite easy to like. On top of that, they're obviously very nicely made. So yeah, this is my little collection of Byredo fragrances. Now we're moving on to Juliet Has a Gun. I have two fragrances here. First up, Mad Madame, and this fragrance is actually pretty mad. It's rose and some animalic notes. It smells a bit like fur with roses. I like it. It's so unique. It's not something I use all the time, but on the other hand, it's definitely one of those fragrances I really want to have in my collection, just in case. And then we have another oud. This is a very easy oud. It's not super heavy. It has some fruity notes in here. I think it's raspberry. And yeah, it's perfect because it's not too heavy. It's a really good all-rounder. It's a really good introductory oud. I really like this one. Next up, we have two fragrances by Michael Kors. So this one over here is super gorgeous. And I'm not sure if it's gorgeous, but it's actually really pretty. It has to have some almonds in it, I think. Very kind of pleasant, but still quite warm weather suitable fragrance. And then we have this one over here. This is Mystic Shimmer, and this is one of your Turkish jammy rose fragrances. I think it has some saffron in it as well. I think it's one of those kind of like evening type of fragrances if you're going out. Quite pleasant, although I have quite a lot of fragrances like that at this point. Like this one, for instance. This is Intense Cafe by Montale. This is a really beautiful jammy rose and coffee. It's just stunning. Probably my favorite Montale fragrance. Although I really like this one too. This is Chocolate Greedy. This is like pure chocolate. Love it. Such a cozy, beautiful scent. Pure Gold is one that's peachy, musky. And to be honest, I haven't really worn this one that much. I might actually put it on my spring tray and try to use it a little bit more this year. It is really pretty. It's just not something I reach for that often. But who knows, maybe this year is going to be a little bit different. And then the biggest bottle here is Sweet Oriental Dream. And I'm not too sure why I bought it. This is a very heavy, powdery fragrance with, I think, almonds, honey. Very sweet, very powdery, very heavy, quite cozy, perfect for winter. I just don't think I like fragrances like this that much these days. Well, that might change again at some point, but for now it's not really something I use. Next up, Mancera, we have Oud Vanille, Oud Cafe, and Choco Violet. These two are really beautifully made oud fragrances, but these are like proper oud, so they're quite heavy, perfect for autumn, winter, cold weather ouds. Love them. And then we have Choco Violet. This one is actually really good for winter as well, or I mostly use it as my kind of like a bedtime scent. This is just so delicious. There's just something so comforting about this fragrance. I just can't even describe it. It's really, really pretty. I'm not sure if I need a massive bottle. It's like 120 ml of this fragrance, but it is really pretty. Now some Viktor&Rolf. As you can see, I only have 5 fragrances. I'm very particular when it comes to their scents. I like them, but I don't like every single flanker. So I have this Bonbon fragrance here. I was totally obsessed with this fragrance the first year I got it, but last year for some reason it just didn't really seem to work for me. It's more of a winter fragrance. It's quite sweet. I would describe it as a gentle gourmand. It's very pretty, but I have to be in the mood for that. Next up we have Good Fortune, the original one, and the Intense. These are both jasmine based fragrances. The original one is stunning. It has jasmine and some fennel in it, and it might sound weird, but it does work. This Intense version is really good too. It's a little bit more winter appropriate, I would say. It does have some incense in it, but I think I prefer the original one. It's a little bit more unique. And then we have 2 bottles of Flower Bomb, the original Flower Bomb and the Tiger Lily one from last year. There have been so many flankers of this fragrance. I just don't really seem to like most of them. The original Flower Bomb, a really beautiful, slightly powdery floral fragrance with some tea. It's just stunning. And then we have this Tiger Lily one, which has pretty much nothing to do with the original one. It's a stunning, musky, a little bit tropical fragrance with some yellow florals. Okay, next up we have some Irresistible, some great choices for spring here. This is the original Irresistible. This is the Nude Velvet from this year. They're both really beautiful rose-based fragrances. The original one is perfect for warm weather and warm weather only. The first time I tried it, it was autumn and I just felt like it was boring, but then I just couldn't really get enough of it in spring. This one is a little bit more powdery, creamy version. I love it. I'll be using this a lot this spring. And then we have a very floral one from last year. This one is probably my least favorite. It's a little bit more mature. It also has some like yellow floral notes, so I find it a little bit more suitable for summer. But all in all, I like it. I don't necessarily love it. Okay, so we're continuing with some more Givenchy fragrances. These are from the L'Interdit range, and these are lovely if you really like your tuberose, because this is like a proper strong tuberose in all of these fragrances, apart from this one here. This is Nocturnal Jasmine, and it's interesting how this fragrance is actually built around jasmine and not tuberose, but it smells very much like the other fragrances in this range. So yeah, this was more like a special edit that just comes, I think they just release one of these every year. These are the kind of like main collection ones. This is the original Eau de Parfum. It's a beautiful bubblegummy tuberose, quite strong. This one here is Rouge. This one has some blood orange in it and ginger. It is so sexy. And then we have this one over here, the Intense. This one I would say is the creamiest. It has some black sesame in it. It is really pretty too. Not really sure which one is my favorite. I think it would be tied between the Intense one and Rouge. Okay, now we have some Boss fragrances. 4 of them are from the Scent range. These 3 over here, I think they are masterpieces. Like literally anything that Boss releases in this range is just so good. So this is Magnetic, this is Elixir, and this is Le Parfum. Really beautiful, kind of like elegant yet sexy at the same time. They're all perfect for colder weather, I think. They're just so nicely made and pretty unique. And then we have this one over here, and this used to be everyone's favorite, including myself, the scent Private Accord. As you can see, I did use up quite a bit of that bottle. Then at some point I just got really bored with this fragrance, and I just cannot really stand it on myself at this point. Also, it does not really last, so that was everyone's complaint. This fragrance does not really last that well. And then the last Boss fragrance with a misplaced cap. I don't know what happened with that. This is Deep Red, one of those very kind of like sentimental fragrances for me. This was my going out scent when I was in my 20s at the university. There's not really much left here. I feel like I need to kind of like use it up as soon as possible and just add it to my empties, because I just don't really reach for it, but I also don't really want to get rid of it, so I feel like I just need to use it up. Also, the fact that the cap is missing is annoying me, so yeah. Okay, now some Nina Ricci 5 fragrances from the L'Extase range. These were all created by Francisco Di Jean, so I kind of had to buy them. And what do I think about them currently? I mean, this fragrance over here, the biggest bottle, this is a jammy, heavy rose. I like it, but again, I feel like this type of fragrances has been so popular recently. I can't really get myself excited about this fragrance. It's just there. I use it sometimes. It's in my collection. It's probably going to stay here, but definitely not something I reach for that much. Then we have these 2 fragrances. These are, I mean, all of these fragrances are actually built around rose. So these 2 are perfect springtime rose fragrances. They're both quite airy, quite uplifting, very feminine, quite different from each other though. Then this one over here, the blue one, this is my favorite of the whole collection. It's so unique. It's rose, it has some gourmand notes, it has some aquatic notes. It sounds weird, but it makes sense. If I were to only buy one of these fragrances, that would be my pick 100%. And then we have the original L'Extase, this one over here. And this, luckily, it's the smallest bottle because I just couldn't really make it work for myself. I mean, I'm going to give it another go this year. Who knows? As I said, my taste can change, so I might actually end up liking it at some point in my life. But when I first try it, I just couldn't stand it. It just literally stunk on me. It did not smell good at all. So I was like ready to get rid of that, but somehow it stayed in my collection. Probably because I'm not really that eager to get rid of things nowadays. So it's still here. I'll keep on trying. At some point I'm actually end up appreciating it. I know there are many people who love it, but we're all different, so we'll see. Next up we have 2 Roberto Cavalli fragrances, and do you know what? I can't really tell you much about them because I just don't really use them. Like, for some reason, I just don't really feel tempted to use these. Maybe I need to give them a little bit more love. I think these are pretty good fragrances. I just don't ever feel tempted to use them. I need to focus a little bit more about them, but for now we're moving on to Jean-Paul Gaultier. So first up, Belle Le Parfum. I'm obsessed with this fragrance. I had the original Belle, I used it up. I have this one now. They are quite similar, so I don't really see the point of having both of them in my collection. So the original one and the Le Parfum one. But such a beautiful, yummy, caramelized kind of pear type of scent. Beautiful. Next up, we have a little bit bigger collection of my Scandal fragrances. So the biggest bottle is this one over here, Scandal Gold. And this one actually smells quite different. This is a very woodsy fragrance. It has a little bit of honey, but honey complements woodsy notes here. It's not like a honey-based fragrance as some of the other ones. So I was a little bit surprised with that. It's a lovely fragrance, but kind of like not what I expected. Next up, Scandal by Night. Similar to the original Scandal, but this one has, it's a little bit more floral. It has some tuberose in it. Very pretty. I actually used up the original Scandal recently. I don't think I'll be repurchasing it. I still have this one. So I think before I even think about repurchasing the original one, I'll just go through this bottle. This is the newest Scandal Flanker. This is like a little bit creamier, lighter version of the original. It's really pretty, it's very elegant, it smells quite expensive, so I like it. It's just a little bit like less potent compared to the original fragrance. This one over here I'm not really a massive fan of. It's like a very strong caramel, honey, kind of like sweet fragrance. It's nice, but it's just, I don't know, to me this one smells quite generic. Don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with generic, but it's just, I don't know. I think I always expect a little bit more from Jean Paul Gaultier fragrances. Okay, next up, Versace. I only have 2 fragrances, Crystal Noir. One of them is Eau de Parfum, one of them is Eau de Toilette. They are quite similar. I mean, there are some differences, but to be honest, I don't think you need both. This is not really something I use that often, like either of these fragrances, but there's just something about them. They're so unique, and I don't know, these are like proper statement scents as well. So that's something I kind of really love having in my collection, even though, as I said, I don't really reach for these that often. Okay, Calvin Klein comes next. This one over here is Contradiction, and this is another sentimental fragrance for me. This has a note of Lily of the Valley, amongst others. And I actually really love Lily of the Valley. This is the kind of like scent of my childhood, so I love it. But I know many people don't. I know many people, whenever there is Lily of the Valley involved, all they can smell is cat wee. So I think it's probably not pleasant for some people. I love it. I wear it every spring quite a lot. And yeah, there's that. Next up we have Sheer Beauty. Very pretty, classic, feminine, lightweight, kind of daytime office friendly fragrance. I like it. I don't love it. It's like a very pleasant scent to have if you don't know what else to wear. And then this one over here, this is Euphoria, Deep Euphoria by Calvin Klein. I do not wear it. Again, not because I don't like it. It's just there are so many other fragrances I will grab before reaching for this one. So not really sure what to do about that. Like how to convince myself to use some fragrances that I just don't use. Maybe I'll just like put them in the front of my tray or something so that, you know, they catch my attention a bit more. Okay, next up we have some Kenzo, and I have 3 fragrances here. So we have Kenzo Elephant. This one is quite famous or infamous. Some people love it. I think more people actually cannot stand it. It's like a very spicy, sweet fragrance. Some people say that the only time they can actually think of using it is at Christmas time because it's so like spicy and kind of oriental. To me, this is mostly a sweet oriental fragrance, so the best time for me to use it is late summer. And then we have Kenzo World. So this is the original one, and this is just so beautiful. This is like a salty tonka fragrance. It's very unisex. Some might say it leans a little bit masculine, but I just think this is such an underrated, stunning fragrance. And then this one over here, Kenzo World Intense. This is just a really nice plum fragrance. I don't think it's anywhere as good as the original World. It's good though. Like if you, for example, cannot stand Marc Jacobs Decadence because of those green notes over there, maybe you should try this one instead. You have this kind of like a juicy plum here, but no green notes, nothing like that. Okay, Montblanc Signature. I have 2 fragrances. So this is the original one that smells like lemon and vanilla. So here's the thing, I'm not a massive fan of like citrusy notes in fragrances. I can appreciate that this is a really nice scent, but this is not something I feel good wearing. So it's nice, not necessarily the type of fragrance I would use though. And this is the, I think this is the intense version. It literally has nothing to do with the original one, so I'm not really sure why they create another fragrance that Smells nothing like the original one. I mean, the bottles look different, but that's because there is a size difference. This is, I think, 30 ml. This is 50. That's why the shape is different. This is more of a tropical floral fragrance. So we have some yellow florals in it. Definitely much more up my alley compared to the original one. Okay, we have some interesting one here. This one is Anna Sui Sky. And I mean, look at this bottle. I mean, I actually bought it for the bottle. And not gonna lie, this in real life actually looks pretty cheap. Maybe because it feels cheap, like it's like a cheap plastic. I still quite like it in a weird way. Like, kind of like a guilty pleasure kind of like way. I think it's quite cute. Cheap cute or something. I don't know. Anyway, this is a nice fragrance. It has some popcorn notes in it. So that's quite cool. Not something I would wear quite a lot, but yeah. Interesting. And then we have Pepper Jeans in this kind of like a cocktail glass type of bottle. Many people seem to like this fragrance, so I bought it. But to be honest, again, another one I don't seem to use. I think I need to give it one more chance. Maybe this spring. This is definitely more of a warm weather fragrance. Yeah, I feel like I need to play with it a little bit more and decide what's happening with this next. So now we have Jeanne Arthes for fragrances. This is a very inexpensive brand, and just to quickly tell you a little bit more about these fragrances, this one over here smells very much like Scandale by Jean Paul Gaultier. This one smells similar to Hypnotic Poison by Dior. This one smells very similar to Olympia by Paco Rabanne. And this one actually smells like nothing I've ever tried before. So the most unique out of them all, I think. But considering the price, which is very low, I think these are actually quite good fragrances. Okay, next up, some Dior. I'm going to start with this one here, Pure Poison. This is actually one of my favorite from their Poison range. A really beautiful jasmine scent, and I don't know, many people describe this as kind of like a clean daytime jasmine. I don't really see it like that. To me, this is a sexy, kind of like intoxicating jasmine. I love this fragrance. I've used it for years. I can never get enough of it. So yeah, still have quite a bit in this bigger bottle. Okay, next up from a Poison range, we have Poison Girl, a really beautiful gourmand. Everyone seems to love it. I actually like it too. Then we have Poison Girl Unexpected. This is Eau de Toilette. It has some ginger in it. This one is really lovely, but it doesn't really last as well as the original Poison Girl. And then we have Hypnotic Poison, and I really like how this smells, but I don't use it. I don't know why. I did not really feel in the mood for that type of fragrance. It's very heavy, a little bit powdery with a lot of honey and almond, and you know, a very heavy fragrance altogether. So nice, but I don't know, it's still waiting for me to kind of like be in the mood to use it. Next up we have Dolce Vita, another sentimental fragrance for me. Again, I've used it for years. This is a very bright, spicy oriental fragrance. I love it. I think this is such a great fragrance for late summer. And now the newest Miss Dior. I mean, not the newest. I think they released another one this year, but this is the one from 2024. A very beautiful, gentle Chypre fragrances with wild strawberry. And as you already know, probably, I absolutely love wild strawberries. And then Dior Addict, another of those fragrances that just bring some memories. I used to wear it quite a lot when I was younger, so it's kind of like one of those fragrances that has to be in my collection at all times. Next up, we've got some Eccentric Molecules. These are from their M Plus range. I think I've mentioned that multiple times, pretty much whenever I see Eccentric Molecules fragrances. Their original two fragrance lines don't really work with my body chemistry, and they smell extremely masculine on me. But I really like these M Plus ones. So these are usually a single molecule plus something. So this one over here is with patchouli. This one is with iris. I think I prefer the iris one. I really like iris as a note in general, so that kind of makes sense. But yeah, these are actually quite nice. I've been using them quite a bit. Next up, some Zadig and Voltaire, and I think this brand is so almost like underappreciated. It's not like a lot of people talk about it. I mean, this original Zadig and Voltaire, this is her. It seems like this one has been mentioned quite a lot, but then the other fragrances, I think they're just as good, but no one seems to talk about them really, or at least not as many people as I would expect to. So for example, this is her Undressed, a really beautiful jasmine fragrance, but this is a true gem. So this one is called This Is Really Hair, which it's a little bit silly, but okay. But this smells gorgeous. This is like a niche quality type of fragrance. Stunning fragrance composition and such a good quality. Love it. Now back to some proper inexpensive stuff. This is Pascal Morabito. I have 5 fragrances. I did a separate video reviewing these fragrances, and as you can see, I still have them all. So this one over here is Perle Vert, and this is just not really my thing. This is a very clean green fragrance. There are people who love that type of scent. I just don't really... I don't know, I just don't really vibe with it. I still have it. I think this is a good fragrance. It's just not really my cup of tea. This one over here, Aurore Boreal, this is a really nice vanilla fragrance. It is quite generic, I would say. There's nothing really super exciting about it, but it's a really good vanilla if you're looking for something like that. This one though, I mean, not gonna lie, this is stunning. It's a really beautiful unisex fragrance. It's a bit spicy, a bit gourmand, a very kind of dark and deep. Such a beautiful fragrance. I keep forgetting how good it is. Lovissima here is probably the one I use the most. This is literally like a mixture of La Vie est Belle and La Nuit Trésor. Very wearable. I think it has some strawberry in it as well. But in this case, I don't really mind it that much. I think it actually complements the fragrance quite well. And then last but not least here, Gold Edition. This smells very much like Black Orchid by Tom Ford. So if you're looking for like a cheaper version of this fragrance, try this one. Okay, this section belongs to Jo Malone. So I have some Jo Loves fragrances, so Jo Malone ones. And these are from Zara, but created by Jo Malone herself. So I'm going to start with these Zara ones. This is Jo's Rhubarb and Grapefruit Incense. As I've mentioned before, I'm not a massive fan of grapefruit or rhubarb, so I'm only keeping these because maybe at some point of my life I will appreciate these notes. Next up we have some Jo Malone fragrance. So this was Jo's first brand. This one over here is Wood Sage and Sea Salt, and it's lovely. This one here, Peony and Barley, that one smells really well, but it just doesn't really seem to go really well with my skin chemistry. So it's just okay for my personal use. And here we have Myrrh and Tonka. And when it comes to Jo Malone in general as a brand, I generally prefer those like black bottles fragrances. These are Cologne Intense. These compositions are much more up my alley. Generally speaking though, I'm not a massive fan of this Jo Malone brand. I much more prefer Jo Loves. I don't know what it is about it, but I think I prefer these fragrances much more. Maybe because of their formulation. Jo Malone fragrances were mostly colognes. These are eau de parfum. And I have 2 full-size bottles. This is Green Orange and Coriander. And then we have Mango Thai Lime. And even though I'm not usually a massive fan of those like fresh fragrances, these 2 I really like. Okay, next up we have a little collection of stilettos. These are by Carolina Herrera, Good Girl fragrances. So obviously I have the original one. I used to be obsessed with this fragrance. As of now I still like it. I don't hate it. I just don't really use it as much as I used to. I actually really like this one over here. This is Leger. Quite similar to the original one, but I actually prefer this one. Next up I've got these 2 Very Good Girl fragrances. These are so different from the original Good Girl. They're quite uplifting, fruity floral scents. They have a bit of tanginess to them. Many people compared these to the Lena fragrance. I kind of get why, but at the same time it's not like they're identical or anything like that. So yeah, these were actually quite different compared to what was released first. And then I have these 2. These are Good Girl Blush, and these are both kind of like a mixture between the original Good Girl and Very Good Girl. This one over here is Good Girl Blush. This one is Good Girl Blush Elixir. This one smells like Good Girl and Very Good Girl layered on top of each other. This one smells like that plus so much more. I mean, I absolutely love the Elixir version of this fragrance. I actually think this is my favorite fragrance from this whole collection. So far at least. Okay, next up some Paco Rabanne. This is my whole collection. So as you can see, Olympia bottles make the biggest part of my collection here. I obviously have the original one over here. I'm not crazy about this fragrance. I mean, I like it. As you can see, I used up quite a lot, but I know many people are obsessed with it. I'm not. I find it good, but not extremely good. This one though, this is, I think this is Intense, Olympia Intense. This is like a beautiful ambery fragrance. I love it. And this one I'm actually obsessed with. Not so much with the original one, but with this one 100%. This one over here is more like plum focused. I love it for autumn, as you can see. Again, I used up quite a bit. This is one of the more recent releases, Olympia. I think it's called Solar. And as the name suggests, it's a really beautiful solar fragrance. Perfect for summer. Then we have another one that's great for summer. This one over here. This is what you would call a fruity fragrance. It has a lot of patchouli, it's fruity. It's just such a delicious fragrance. Some people say that it reminds them of the baby doll fragrance by Yves Saint Laurent that was discontinued a long time ago. I do agree. I think it's definitely that type of fragrance. It's quite unique as well. I love it. It's perfect for summer nights. And then we also have the newest release, which is a nice white floral, very elegant, classy fragrance. Nothing special about it though. I mean, it's pretty, but definitely nowhere near as good as some of the other recent releases. Next up, we have some excess fragrances, Black Excess. Another trip down my memory lane. This is one of those fragrances I used to use quite a lot in my 20s. So yeah, a lot of good memories. And then we have Pure Excess, which is the popcorn one. And I love it for that. I think this is such a nice, interesting fragrance. And then we have two fragrances from their Lady Million range. And I have to be honest, I don't really like this range very much. So I only have two fragrances. This is Lady Million Fabulous, which is a very nice solar fragrance. And this one here is Lady Million Royal. And I don't know what it is about this fragrance, but it literally makes me happy. I mean, like, there's nothing particularly unique about it. There's nothing that makes it an outstanding fragrance or anything like that. It's just a very pleasant scent. I think there's some raspberry in it. I don't know, it just makes me happy. So yeah, that's the reason I've got it. Next up, two Prada fragrances. This is Prada Candy. I think it's Candy by Night. And I got it because someone said, I think it was Socky London actually. She said that this is the best chocolate fragrance ever, according to her, of course. So I had to try it. And it's nice. It's nice. In my personal opinion, not the best chocolate fragrance ever. I definitely prefer Chocolate Greedy by Montale. But it's okay. It's just not really something I use a lot. And there's only so many chocolate fragrances you can have, I guess. Next up, we have Prada La Femme. I really like this bottle. This fragrance, again, so many people seem to love it. And I just don't know. I just don't really get the hype. Maybe it just doesn't work with my skin chemistry again. It's like a floral fragrance with some beeswax, which is quite an interesting note. I just can't really force myself to like it more. Next up, my two fragrances by Tom Ford. So this one here is Noir, and this one here is Velvet Orchid. These are both stunning, powerful, strong, and quite sexy. So yeah, love them for that. Next up, some Hermes. This is a beautiful, strong amber fragrance. I love it. And this one over here, it's quite interesting because many people say that this smells like a toilet cleaner. I personally do not agree, okay? I mean, yes, it's aquatic and citrusy, and I think that's probably something you would associate with a toilet cleanser, but at the same time, this one to me smells quite expensive for some reason. It smells like a really fancy, expensive seaside resort type of fragrance. I actually really like it. And I don't like citrusy or aquatic fragrances, so this one is quite unique in my collection. Next up, some Maison Martin, Avant L'Orage, and Hazard Bazaar. I love these fragrances. I love this brand in general. I think these fragrances are so good and they're not that expensive really, so that's pretty cool. Then we have Malin & Gets Leather. I got this in one of the advent calendars this year, and to be honest, I haven't really used it that much. I didn't really feel this leathery vibe this season, so yeah, I haven't really tried it properly, so I can't really tell you much about this fragrance. Alright, so we're moving to a bit bigger chunk of my fragrance collection, which consists of Mugler fragrances. So I'm going to start with this one over here. This is Aura Sensual, and when I first got it, I wasn't too impressed. I mean, it was a nice fragrance, but I felt like it was nothing special. Last year though, I got obsessed with this fragrance. I couldn't really stop using it. It's a beautiful fragrance that's both sweet and also has like those green notes in it. It's just such a stunning little masterpiece. I absolutely love this one. Okay, this one is quite interesting. This is Womanity, and it smells like fishy fig. Like literally. The notes here are fig in like all forms and caviar. I'm not really sure whether I like it or not. It's such a weird fragrance. I mean, I find fig to be a perfect scent for spring, But the caviar here, I don't know, it's definitely unique. It's definitely not an easy fragrance to wear, but I'm going to give it another go this spring. Who knows? Now all that's left are Angel and Alien fragrances. I consider myself more of an Angel girl, but don't get me wrong, I love a good Alien too. So as you can see, I have 5 Alien flankers. I don't have the original one. I like it, but it's a little bit too intense for me. This is probably the strongest one of them all. This is a nuclear power fragrance. It has not only that strong ambery jasmine that the original fragrance has, but it also has honey in it. Stunning, but a very powerful one. The other fragrances compared to the original one or this one over here are pretty subtle, I have to admit. These two over here and the one from last year are perfect for spring and summer. They are a little bit airier and their sillage is not as strong. This one over here is quite different. It does not really seem to have much to do with the original Alien. This is Alien Mirage, and it's very almost like outdoorsy. Quite a unique fragrance. I like it, but as I said, it doesn't really seem to have much to do with the original fragrance or the rest of the scent here. Next up, some Angel Stars. This is Ice Star Croisier. This one over here is Eau de Toilette. This is the newest one so far, Phantasm. And this one over here, I think it was called Elixir or something. And this was released last year. So out of these 4 fragrances here, these 4 are very kind of like fruity, summery angel scents. And I actually love that. Again, the original Angel seems a little bit too heavy for me, but these are just perfect. This one over here, the one from last year, doesn't really seem to have much to do with the original scent or the other flankers. This is quite a generic oriental vanilla fragrance. With that being said, I actually love it on me. I don't know, there's just something about this fragrance that works so well with my skin chemistry. And as I said, there's nothing wrong with a generic fragrance as long as it goes with your body chemistry. I really like how this one smells on me, so I'm actually pretty happy with the purchase. Although, let's be honest, this is definitely not one of the best Angels that they have released. And then last but not least, we have these two little guys. These are Angel Muse fragrances. This is Eau de Parfum, this is Eau de Toilette. These are like these chocolate patchouli overdose scents. This one is just that. This one is a little bit more fruity. They are both stunning. Now, time for Lancôme chapter. We're starting with La Nuit Trésor. As you can see, I have 8 fragrances here. I'm just going to move them a little bit closer. There you go. So as you can see, 8 fragrances, and I love almost all of them apart from one, which is this one over here. This is Fleur de Nuit, I think that's the name of it. And the reason why I don't like it is that it does have some coffee in it, and because of that it literally smells like black opium. And I don't really mind black opium, especially some of its flankers, but when buying La Nuit Trésor, I expect La Nuit Trésor, not something else. So yeah, that one is not my favorite, but I love the other 7 in my collection. So this one over here is the original one. Here we have À la Folie, which seems to be like everyone's favorite. This one with a bit of a lace here. It's a really lovely fruity floral version of the original one. This one on the other hand has a very prominent cherry note, which is lovely. This is the one from last year, probably my favorite by far. I love this fragrance. It's like the original one, but less sweet and more sophisticated. A little bit more mature, but oh, this one is just so good. And then we have these two. These two are a little bit different. They don't really resemble the original fragrance. This one, I think it's called Nude, and it's like a really lovely, yummy coconut. And then we have this one over here, which is a bit controversial, Masque Diamant. A lot of people do not like it. I think it's beautiful. It's a really lovely, musky raspberry. I think this is such a beautiful fragrance for like hot summer day, for example. I don't know, I really, really like it. Although, as I said, there are many people who think this one is just meh. So we're staying with Lancôme for a bit longer. I have quite a few La Vie est Belle fragrances, as you can see. This one here is the original La Vie est Belle. Here we have the newest one. This one is quite interesting because it has the notes of violet, so it smells a little bit like Parma violet. It's a very kind of like sweet raspberry violet fragrance, quite delicious. These two are a bit more summery. This one here has a lot of orange blossom. This one has some coconut, so they are perfect for like warmer weather. On the other hand, this one over here is definitely much more wintry. It has some incense in it, for example, so yeah, definitely much more wintry fragrance. And if you're wondering which one is my favorite, it has to be this one here. I am obsessed with it. This is such a stunning fragrance. It has fig and iris in it. I just love it. And here we have some All Saints fragrances. I have 5 of them. I think this is their entire collection. I might be wrong though. There might be some more fragrances that I'm not aware of, but yeah, I have 5 of these. I started buying this because of this fragrance here, Sunset Riot. This is supposed to be a dupe or a fragrance inspired by Baccarat Rouge, and I do think it is. I think it's pretty close. It's definitely a unisex scent, which is good. Like all of these fragrances are unisex. These are really good. I think they definitely deserve much more attention. I think someone said that they might be discontinued, so hopefully that's not the case, but yeah, I think these are really good fragrances. For some reason, they don't really seem to get enough attention. Another brand that seems to be quite underappreciated is Banana Republic. Again, not an expensive brand, but the fragrances are so good, really. And you probably noticed by now, I'm only showing you full-size fragrances, so I would say fragrances that will start at like 30 mils. Some of these scents might be like 25 mils or so, but I'm not really showing you any minis. So as much as Banana Republic goes, I do have a couple of fragrances in this mini size, and they're just also good, really. This one over here is Dark Cherry and Amber. I love it. And here we have Tobacco and Tonka Bean, just as stunning. This one over here is also Banana Republic, although I'm not a massive fan of this fragrance. It's very powdery, and as much as I really like some powdery fragrance, there is powderiness and there's powderiness. Like some of these fragrances are just not my cup of tea, and I think this is one of these. I'm not a massive fan of this one, but all the fragrances I tried in these bottles, I loved. Next up, Cavalli. As you can see, I only have 3 full-sized bottles. I usually buy their fragrances in like 10 ml bottles. This is the original vanilla. This is the Yam Pistachio Gelato. And this one is my favorite fragrance ever. This is Vanilla Royale, Sugared Patchouli. And wow, there's just something so addictive about this fragrance. I just can't. Okay, another big chunk of my collection. Yves Saint Laurent fragrances. You can see I have a few of those Black Opium ones, some of those Libre ones, and there's Manifesto there as well. So let's start with Black Opium. 5 fragrances. This is my entire collection. So what do we have here? I don't have the original one because, I don't know, it just doesn't really seem to work for me, so I passed on it. This one over here is like the original scent, but with a lot of vanilla. It's so delicious. This one here has some cherry in it, and initially I couldn't really pick up much of that cherry, but to be honest, once I started using it, the cherry is definitely there. This here has some absinthe note in it. This one, Nuit Blanche, is a bit more lactonic compared to other fragrances. And this is the newest release, Black Opium Glitter. It's definitely the lightest and airiest of them all, surprisingly. This is more of a summer version of Black Opium. It has some marshmallow in it though, so it's like nice and sweet if you like that type of fragrances. Now, Libre, I have 5 fragrances here. I think the only one they released and I don't have is the Eau de Toilette. It was just not really my thing. These fragrances in general are a mixture of vanilla, lavender and orange blossom in different proportions. My favorite has to be, I think it's this one, Le Parfum, the one with honey in it. And this one over here is actually the newest one, Flowers and Flames. And then we have Manifesto, and this one is absolutely stunning. It has some Lily of the Valley in it too, so I guess this is a problem for some people. As I mentioned before, love Lily of the Valley, so not a problem for me. But if you can't stand this note, this one over here. This is a Ripley Stone, and this is supposed to be a Lily of the Valley less version of Manifesto. And I agree, it is quite similar, and it definitely doesn't have Lily of the Valley note, so it's definitely worth a trying. Also, it is quite inexpensive. Alright, so what else do we have? Flora Botanica by Balenciaga. I really like this fragrance, but for some reason I can't wear it. It's just giving me a headache most of the times. I keep on trying, okay? I keep on trying every single spring because it seems to be like a perfect springtime scent. It's floral, but it also has some green notes, so it is quite pretty. It literally smells like spring in a bottle, but I don't know, I just cannot wear it. Next up we have Laura Mercier Amber Vanille, and this is a very pleasant fragrance. Maybe not something I would purchase by myself, I think it was in one of the like, advent calendars or beauty boxes I opened this year. It is nice though, it's not super heavy. Whenever I see vanilla and amber, I expect something really heavy and sexy. And this one is more of a pleasant, relaxing type of fragrance. Next up, Cacharel fragrance from their Yes I Am range. And this is another chocolate fragrance. I'm not even sure why I bought so many of these chocolatey fragrances. I mean, again, I feel like I only need so many. So yeah, this is another one, and it's just something I don't really use that much. Maybe once I finish the chocolate greedy one, which is my favorite, maybe then I'll get back to those like random chocolatey fragrances. It's nice. It's just I don't think I need that many. And then the Late Olympic and her famous Apple. Again, this is another very sentimental fragrance for me. I used to wear this quite a lot. I had this old bottle which was so beautiful. I mean, this one is pretty too, but I definitely preferred the old bottle. It was just like a little masterpiece, and yeah, I really loved that fragrance back then. So I repurchased it just to have it. I don't really use it that much. I'm pretty sure it's just a matter of time when I'll start using this again. It's a really nice, very kind of sweet, heavy, gourmand fragrance. I think there's some licorice in it. It's a very sweet fragrance. Next up, the only Narciso Rodriguez fragrance I've got. It's as musky as Narciso can get, but it has some yellow florals in it. So it's a little bit more tropical and all. It's nice, but I think I'm not a massive fan of Narciso Rodriguez. Listen, these fragrances have really good quality, and if you like musky fragrances, they're just so good. But I'm not a fan of this kind of like signature Narciso sharp mask thing. It's just not really my thing. Nice fragrance, something I wear occasionally. But I think I learned my lesson. I'm not going to buy any more of Narciso's fragrances as of now. They're just not my cup of tea. Next up, Pacifica Dream Moon. This is one of those fragrances I got in one of those beauty boxes, I think, or advent calendars. It's nice. It smells a bit like Baccarat Rouge, or maybe like Cloud by Ariana Grande. I think it's a little bit sweeter than Baccarat Rouge. Very pleasant fragrance. And now another very inexpensive brand. These are Jill Sander fragrances. I have 5 of them. Again, I did a separate video talking about them a little bit more. I heard so many good things about this brand, and let me tell you, these fragrances did not disappoint. They're really good, and considering the price, proper bargain. And then we're finishing this row with 2 more fragrances, which I'm not even sure what brand it is. This is Tranquil and Invigorated. They both come in these massive bottles. I think I got them in one of those like cheaper advent calendars I bought a couple of years ago. And you know what, they actually smell pretty good. Not something I use that much, but they're not bad. Okay, time for some celebrity scents. You guys don't really like me talking about my celebrity fragrances, judging by how unpopular these videos tend to be, so I'll try and be quick with these. Okay, so we're quickly starting with Jennifer Lopez. This fragrance over here, I love it. It's just so good. It's a beautiful summery scent. This one is just okay. I've tried some more of Jennifer Lopez fragrances, and I think this one is the only one that's worth proper attention. Now we're moving on to Rihanna. As you can see, I have 3 fragrances from her Reverse Stiletto collection. So here we have the original Rebel Fleur. I think this one is stunning. It has some tuberose in it. It's actually made really nicely. Doesn't really smell much like celebrity scent. It is good. The red one over here is pretty good too. It does have some strawberry in it, I think. And you know my attitude towards like strawberries, but it's actually made really nicely. I like it. I think this one is actually a really lovely wintry scent. This one here though, I was obsessed with it when I first. It's almost like this kind of skin scent, but then last year it gave me a headache. So not sure where we are this year. This is definitely a warmer weather fragrance, so yeah, I need to give it a go and see how I feel about it. Katy Perry Indie. This is stunning, but it doesn't last. Like, it doesn't last at all. I think I paid like £5 for this bottle, so you know, it's not really a massive problem, but it just doesn't last. Then we have these 2 fragrances by Jennifer Aniston. They're actually quite nice, very summery, both pretty good. Nothing extremely unique, I would say. Also, I don't really like these bottles. I think the shape is a bit weird. Now my favorite Billie Eilish fragrance. I tried all 3 of them, and this one is by far superior, I feel like. This is a really stunning woodsy fragrance, and I actually like the bottle. I know there are different opinions. Some people say it's tacky. I think it's actually nice, and the most important thing is that it's not made of this like cheap plastic. So yeah, I like it. Now Elizabeth and James. This is another celebrity brand, but it's owned by the Olsen sisters. And this is quite a good fragrance actually. It is very unisex. I heard so many good things about this brand, but most of these fragrances are not available in UK, so This one was the only one I was able to pick up. This one here is Beyonce Heat. I like it. The bottle is really silly though. It's very difficult to use this fragrance, especially if you have like small hands. Pleasant, summery, quite generic. I think that's all I have to say. Adam Levine, a really lovely sandalwood scent. I personally really like it, although I know there are people who don't. So again, I guess it depends on your personal preference. Next up, Britney Spears VIP Private Show. I honestly don't like this fragrance. Like, I don't like it. I don't think it's good. I think it's just like a fruity generic scent, nothing interesting. I actually quite like the original VIP. This one though, nah. Lady Gaga comes next. This is Eau de Gaga, and this one is really good. If you like Earl Grey type of fragrances, this one is definitely one to try. Okay, time for Sarah Jessica Parker Stash. This one is a proper woodsy masterpiece. I love this fragrance. Next up, Stash Privé, and this one has some grapefruit in it. I'm not a massive fan of grapefruit, but to be honest, there is something about this fragrance. Like, I can't really put my finger on it, but I quite like it. And then we have these two fragrances. This is Lovely, and this one here is Lovely You. They're both very kind of like soapy, clean scents. I quite like them. Not something I'll probably pick for myself, but these are good scents if you are going to the gym or for a run. It just smells very fresh and clean. Okay, I actually really like this one. This is Sofia Vergara. This one is Sophia. This one is Love. This one here smells a bit like Mademoiselle by Coco Chanel. It is so pretty. I actually use this one quite a lot. This one is quite nice too, but not as nice as this one, and I don't use it as often. Okay, the last celebrity I'm going to mention. I mean, we're not done with the fragrances yet. We still have some more fragrances to go through, but this is the last celebrity, which is Ariana Grande, and this is my little collection of her fragrances. So first up, we have some of these scents here, and whether you like the design or not, you have to appreciate the fact that it's done really nicely. It's like a nice thick glass. You don't really have anything that's made with cheap plastic. It's a really nicely made bottle. These three fragrances though have a strong celebrity scent vibe to them, so if you like that, then that's good. I'm personally not crazy about these. I still use them occasionally, but definitely not my first choice. Then we also have these mod fragrances, these two, and I think these are literally a little bit more mature celebrity scents. Like, they have a very strong celebrity scent vibe too. I'm not loving this. Again, I will use them here and there, but not really something I would use constantly. And then these fragrances over here, I definitely use a bit more. So we have Cloud Intense here, which is her version of like Baccarat Rouge fragrance. I actually prefer the original one over the Intense version, but this one is pretty good too, so that's fine. This one over here is a really nice, airy, pear-based fragrance, quite good for hot summer days. This one, again, a bit controversial. A lot of people can smell some pickle juice there. It's a really nice coconut scent, nothing amazing, but it's pretty good, it's okay. This one here is nice though. It's a really lovely fruity fragrance. It reminds me a bit of Cavalli Eden Juicy Apple. It's quite similar actually, so if you're looking for a cheaper version of Cavalli's fragrance, you can try this one. Okay, here we have the Armani section. So I have two of the Gioia fragrances, Santi Gioia and Terra di Gioia. They're both really nice, kind of very warm weather suitable fragrances, very pleasant, very likable as well. This one over here is the only Armani Privé fragrance I've got. It's a fig with some green grass scent. It's definitely one of those fragrances that's perfect for spring, so I'm putting this on my spring fragrance tray 100%. And then we have three of My Way fragrances. These are all tuberose based scents. We have this bubblegummy tuberose here. I have the intense version, Le Parfum, and I absolutely love these two. This one is My Way on steroids. Like, it's stronger, sweeter, it's just stunning. And this one actually has some iris in it, so it's a little bit different. It's a little bit different than the original My Way scent, but I actually really like it like that. This one over here is quite a new release. It was released last year. It's My Way Nectar, and I'm not a massive fan of this fragrance. It's very flowery with some pear, very kind of like fresh floral. Not necessarily my cup of tea. I definitely prefer the other two. And then the last Armani fragrance is Armani Code. This one is stunning, but it does not last that well, so too bad. It's still a really lovely fragrance. Okay, next up we have some replica fragrances. I've got two in these massive bottles and then some in the smaller ones. This is the size I tend to choose these days. I think this is 30 ml, so definitely much more reasonable than these massive ones. So the big ones I've got are Jazz Club, and this is a male fragrance. It actually says male fragrance here. I don't care though. I use it. I love it. It's a really beautiful, deep, sultry fragrance. Amazing. This one over here is Whispers in the Library. Very unisex, very hard to describe fragrance. Pleasant, cozy, a bit woodsy. I really like it. And then here we have Afternoon Delight, Coffee Break, Autumn Vibes, By the Fireplace, and On a Date. Okay, next up we have some Guerlain. And as you can see, most of my Guerlain collection are flankers of La Petite Robe Noire. So this is what it looks like. The only exception here is Mon Guerlain Intense, and this is a stunning vanilla lavender scent. It's just dreamy. Love it. I find it perfect for autumn when it gets a little bit colder. As for the La Petite Robe Noire, I absolutely love these three fragrances. This is Eau de Toilette. This is, I think, Eau Fresh. And then this is Eau de Parfum Intense. This one has some blueberry in it. This one is supposed to be fresh, but it also has some like nutty notes in it. And the Eau de Toilette is like my favorite version of the original one. I also have the original Eau de Parfum, but I find this one a little bit too heavy. It has a lot of licorice in it. So yeah, this one is a little bit too heavy. This one here is Eau de Parfum Couture, and this one has some raspberry in it. Like most of these fragrances are based on cherry. This one has blueberry, but this one has mostly raspberry in it. It's quite nice actually. And then this one over here has some leathery accords, which I find it a little bit too overwhelming. So this is probably my least favorite out of the whole collection. Okay, listen, we're almost done. This is Lalique, and this is probably my last kind of like a bigger collection. All the other fragrances I have here are mostly some niche scents from advent calendars. I usually have like one of each only. So yeah, almost there. So these are Lalique fragrances. I'm going to start here. Lalique Satine, a really lovely oriental vanilla. I actually find this fragrance perfect for like chilling at home or as a bedtime fragrance. Then we have Lalique Amethyst, and I'm not really sure how I feel about that. When I first tried, I just couldn't really stand it. I almost decluttered it. I tried it last autumn and I quite liked it actually. I mean, I didn't love it, but I quite liked it. I'm going to give it a proper go this year and we'll see. Maybe my preferences will change once again. This one over here, Perles de Lalique, very stunning wintry fragrance. Then we have this one, Soleil. I mean, look at this bottle. This is so pretty, and so is the fragrance. This is quite a complex, very sunny scent. Love it. And this is probably my favorite part of my Lalique fragrances collection. These are absolutely beautiful. These three over here are kind of like woodsy based fragrances, but with so much more. This one is a little bit leathery with some plum. This one has some like citrusy, fruity notes. This one is a bit aquatic. All three of these are stunning. And then these two, amazing. This one over here I would describe as probably the classiest gourmand I've ever tried. This one is stunning too. So yeah, these 5 fragrances, my absolute favorites. Okay, so this is the very last batch. I'm not sure how long this video is going to be, but let me tell you, it took me ages to film it. So yeah, I'm actually quite glad that we're almost done. So what do we have here? First up, some diptyque fragrances, Philosicus, which is a fig fragrance, love it, and Tamdao, which is a sandalwood one. Both of these are stunning. Next up we have Montclair. This is a very powdery but very pleasant scent. Like I said, there are some powdery fragrances I can't stand. This one is very pleasant. Laboratory Perfumes Atlas over here is a spicy gourmand. It's just delicious. Up here we have Alaya Nude, and this is stunning. This is almost like a skin scent, but like so much better. Such a beautiful fragrance. This over here is Azaro Wanted. Then we have Mademoiselle Rochas Couture. To be frank, this is another fragrance I very rarely use. Someone said it was good, but it's just okay in my opinion. This one here is Amalfi Lemon, and this is from the White Company Advent Calendar. Obviously it's a very summery fragrance, so I haven't had a chance to properly test it yet. Anika number 5, my favorite gourmand of all times. This smells like ramen raisins. It's just so delicious. I can't even begin to describe how delicious this smells. Here we have my favorite Initio fragrance. This is Psychedelic Love. I mean, I love the bottle, I love the color, and the scent is to die for. And here's the only Maison Francis Kurkdjian fragrance I purchased, Gentle Fluidity Gold. I love this one. I was 100% sure I wanted to have it. There are a few more Francis Kurkdjian fragrances I wanted to buy, but I was never 100% sure. With this one though, I never had any doubts and I do not regret it. What else do we have here? Angel's Share by Kilian. This smells like apple pie. And then I think all the other fragrances that you can see here are some niche scents from Advent calendars last year. I mean last year or the year before. So as you can see, I have two of these Tiziana Terenzi fragrances in collaboration with Harrods. Then there are two Delina scents. 724, which is another Maison Francis Kurkdjian fragrance. This one over here is by Kate Moss. And here are a few more fragrances. If you've seen me unbox the fragrance Advent calendars last year, you probably see some familiar faces here. And this pretty much concludes the video showing my full fragrance collection. Okay guys, I think I'm going to end it here. Thank you very much for watching. See you soon in my next video. Bye!